Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Ask SVP. I am Ameya Naik, and today, as usual, we are going to take questions from all of you and, of course, give you answers. All these questions are always car and bike related or even the auto industry related. And a lot of questions are popping in about the auto industry. So it's fun to basically understand what a consumer standpoint is as far as the auto industry is concerned. And we are here to give you all those details. So let's kickstart today's episode with the very first question, and it comes from Sachin Mittal. He says, Hi, I am from Mumbai and I'm looking for a small automatic hatchback. Considering the traffic, that's a good start actually. Which one is better? The Hyundai Grand i10, the Tata Tiago, the Honda Brio, and the Maruti Suzuki Celerio in terms of low maintenance cost. Planning to retain this car for at least 10 years. A very interesting question there, Sachin. Now, the cars that you mentioned, let me shortlist that immediately for you. The cars that you have to be looking for is the Grand i10, the Tiago, and the Celerio. Now, the Celerio and the Tiago have the same gearbox from Magneti Marelli, but it is better tuned in the Tiago. So, between the two, the Tiago is definitely the better one as far as the AMT is concerned, or the automatic variant is concerned. Now, the choice is actually between the Grand i10 and the Tiago. Now, it all boils down to what you feel in terms of space. When we drove the Tiago AMT, we found it extremely spacious and a well-built car. Now note though that with BS6 coming around the corner, there is going to be an update made to the Tiago, so you could wait for it or get a heavy discount on the BS4 variant. The choice is yours, but among all of these, we'll give you a specific start at least, and it will be the Tiago. In terms of features, yes, the Tiago lacks a lot of features, but it makes up for it in the way it drives and the kind of fuel economy it gets. So everything is pretty much everything is pretty good on the Tiago, right from ride quality, right from the pairing of that AMT to the engine, and really makes a lot of difference in the way it drives in and around the city. Well, let's move on to our next question. It is Nihal Khan who says, I was planning to buy the new Maruti Suzuki Swift, but the NCAP result of 2 stars. Should I consider it? What is the safest hatchback with 3+ star rating that I can go for within a budget of 6 to 7 lakhs? Yes, as far as the Suzuki Swift is concerned, it got an NCAP. Remember, it gets an NCAP rating of 2 stars. What does that mean? NCAP has a very brutal way of examining things. So what the company in India says right now, whatever cars they have are crash worthy, and the crash worthiness of the car is because the cars in India are crashed at 56 kilometers per hour, so it can handle that kind of crash. That is what Maruti Suzuki says. So according to Maruti Suzuki, the Swift is a safe car. Now, the stringent laws in the European market is why the NCAP says that it has received just 2 stars. So there's a lot of difference in the way you think between India and European markets. But yes, if you're saying if you want a safer car, then there are options there. You have the Volkswagen Polo, which is extremely safe. It has got a decent rating from NCAP as well, if you're looking at NCAP only. There is also the Hyundai i20, which has done better in terms of in terms of the results too. 4+ star NCAP rating, but that is only of the European car, not of the Indian one. However, similar build is not similar build quality as such, but you can understand how it is as a car overall. In the Maruti Suzuki Swift category, the Tiago is supposedly a good car, in fact, which does well. But then again, it's a segment lower. So if you are looking at the Swift, it is a safe car. It is not that it's not a safe car. Now, NCAP tests it according to its own rules. India tests it according to its own rules. So you have to make there are now laws from the ministry itself which basically mandates all the safety features on the car, and they are part of the Swift 2 now. Let's move on to our next question. Vijay Thakur asks, I am confused between buying a Volkswagen Jetta and an Audi A3. I am a family of 4 people, so we need comfortable seating and safe car on highways. Any suggestions that you could give? Vijay, actually, the Jetta is no longer available with Volkswagen. So unless and until the whatever stock they have will be extremely old. So do think about the manufacturing date of the Jetta before considering the Jetta. The A3, in fact, is a pretty well-rounded car in that segment. The CLA, in fact, is also an option which you can take, but it's that comfortable seating level is what gets the CLA into trouble, and that is because there is less space than the A3 in the CLA, and that's because it's seated lower. The car itself overall is on the lower side. So think about it. There's nothing there by BMW in that segment yet, but the A3 is definitely a good choice to go for. The other choice you could have is the Toyota Camry, which is really nice. It's really big on space, it's good on features, and the hybrid really makes things better overall, and it's probably one of the safest cars out there too. So yeah, your choices may be there. Even the Skoda Superb or the Octavia, I think they make a very sensible choice in that segment. The Octavia, in fact, has heavy discounts right now on the Laurent and Clement version, so maybe you can go in for that. Check it out. Subrata Bhattacharya asks, confused between the Honda Jazz, Maruti Suzuki Baleno and the Ford Freestyle. Should I go for an automatic variant or manual? Need to have good suspension with seating comfort. Nowhere here do you say that you want a good ride and handling. You only want a good ride. Handling doesn't matter. Let me put this in perspective in that case. The Honda Jazz hasn't been selling much, and that's because the new car that was made in India, well, it had its flaws, and Honda has been trying to correct it, but probably it will with the BS6 version. The Maruti Suzuki Baleno is the hottest selling car in that segment, so really good when it comes to seating or even when it comes to features. Now the underdog here is the Ford Freestyle. Now sales really haven't picked up for Ford in that segment, but it is a car that really delivers. It's not just a Ford Figo on stilts. No, it's not. It's really something that it's completely different, and the ride quality is really good. And really don't know why that crossover bit really comes out pretty well, even if you drive on different kind of surfaces. So as far as automatic or manual goes, the Ford Freestyle does not have an automatic. It's just the Jazz and the Baleno that have an automatic. So in the automatic side, it depends on how much you drive in and around the city. So if it's not too much, then take the manual. But if you don't want at all to be continuously changing gears and continuously pressing the clutch pedal, then go in for the automatic. If you're completely going to be bored of driving the manual, then stick to the automatic. So if you want an automatic variant, then the Baleno. If a manual variant, then the Ford Freestyle is your car. It is both cars are extremely good on seat comfort and as also suspension. So you'll be very comfortable, and so will your family. It's a good choice between all these 3 cars, but the car that you can also consider is the Hyundai i20, because it has all those qualities and some more, and good on features too. So Subrato, let us know if you have any more queries about this. We will sort them out for you, and well, just let us know what you buy at the end of the day too, so we also know that yes, our advice worked. Well, let's get into a break right now. On the other side, more questions coming. Welcome back to Ask SVP. I am Ameya Naik, and as usual, we have been answering questions in the very first segment, and some more questions are being thrown our way. So let's dive into those questions right away. So here we go. Surinder Pal asks, which is the best motorcycle for an office runner between the range of 50 to 60,000 rupees? Looking forward to good average and low on maintenance. In fact, there is a brand new one which has recently come out, and it's the Platina 110 Edge gear. Now, a lot has been said about the bike, a lot has been spoken about it, and it is pretty good, especially that entire update to that 5-speed gearbox. I think it's that link type gear shifter, which with that all down shift pattern. So really makes things easier, especially when you're commuting long distances, and priced right between 50 to 60,000 rupees, and right up your alley. In fact, H gear stands for happy and highway according to Bajaj. So right up there for you, especially when it comes to a commuter bike. And the big difference that this makes is that it's now all future ready, and the display is analog and digital, so you get the best of both the worlds, so you don't miss out on it being not trendy or not being up to the mark in terms of the other bikes in that segment. Let's move on to the next question. Tariq Khan says, I am looking for a CNG hatchback within the range of 5 to 6 lakh. Which one should I choose considering safety of my family? Tariq, there are a lot of CNG variants that have come in right now, especially considering alternate fuels is the way that people want to go. Out of that, I think the Santro CNG, there is the Wagon-R CNG, and a whole bunch of Maruti CNGs on offer. Out of that, however, I would suggest trying to look in for a Wagon-R CNG. Now, safety for the family is never compromised when it comes to cars, especially in India, and they are checked, they are double checked always as far as safety is concerned, especially for CNG, and only then are they given a certificate. So safety, you don't need to bother about on that front. But as far as the budget is concerned, 5 to 6 lakh for a Maruti Suzuki Wagon-R really is good, because that car, in fact, is on a new platform altogether, and it has just expanded. So more of legroom, more of headroom, more width. I mean, even if there are healthy people, really healthy people in your family, it really won't matter, because there will be enough and more space to move around, and you won't feel, it won't feel a cluttered place. Yes, what you have to realize is that because of that CNG unit, a lot of your boot space will be compromised. So be ready to tackle that. But otherwise, the option that you have right now is the Wagon-R, which is a really good car, and even in the CNG variant offers really good ride, a decent amount of a really good fuel economy as well, and really helps in getting all of the usual chores done done according to your liking. And as far as even maintenance is concerned, I don't think, because Maruti Suzuki has spare parts available for everything, there will be no problem at all in as far as the Wagon-R is concerned. Let's take a break here. On the other side, more questions coming your way, so stay tuned. This is the Ask SVP segment, and we are back after the break. Well, to answer more questions or related to cars, bikes, and the automotive industry on the whole. Let's get into our next set of questions then. Rohit Verma asks, are there any new hatchbacks coming in the near future? Of course there are. Which will have connected features like the MG Hector and the Hyundai Venue. Yes, there are new hatchbacks coming. Yes, there is connected technology coming. In fact, all the new generation models coming from Hyundai, here on will get a connected car option. So yes, your i20 will be a connected car. Even in fact, currently you have the Maruti Suzuki Baleno, in fact, which has Smart Play Studio. That is a connected car. So it doesn't have that eSIM facility though. However, it does. It's partially there, and it's going to get there very soon. But mind you, it's not those plug and play things, of course, but it's a completely different technology that the company is using. As far as the new hatchbacks are concerned, yes, we really hope that the Tata Altroz, which is going to launch soon, gets it. It's going to be a very different thing altogether. We are very sure of that. So we really hope that the Altroz gets the connected car facility, though we are also very certain that it won't happen because it probably Tata is not ready with those features yet. So we just hope that it just makes that differentiator for Tata, making it a connected car as such. Let's move on to the next question. Naveen Tiwari says, which vehicle should I buy? Should I consider in 8 lakhs? My priority is safety, build quality, comfort, and mileage. It's a very interesting question. Mostly, it depends on what you want. Is it a hatchback? Is it a sedan? Is it a subcompact SUV? There's everything in that 8 lakh bracket. So you really must give us some more details about exactly what you want. But if it's a hatchback, then probably the Baleno is a good choice. If it's a subcompact sedan, then the Desire or the Figo Aspire is are good choices to have. And if it comes to SUVs, there are hardly any right up to 8 lakhs. But the Nexon is a good buy, and even the Venue, and but cheaper than all of that is the Vitara Brezza. So, but remember, all the Vitara Brezza is only in diesel. However, the Nexon is available in petrol as well as diesel, while the Hyundai is also available in both petrol and diesel. That's it for this show. Hope you enjoyed it, and we really enjoy having all these questions being given to us, and we kind of have to think about some of them, but otherwise it's pretty sorted that way. Thank you so much for joining in, and as usual, we loved the questions that you sent. Really amazing, and keep those questions coming, and do visit us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and keep your feedback coming as well as to how you enjoyed or you didn't, or what aspect of it you want changed. Thanks once again, and as usual, a safety tip for you while you go: always wear your seatbelt while driving, and always wear your helmet while riding. See you next time.